No, no yawning. You don't yawn in Let's Plays. No. Uh. Okay. Hey there guys, PrinceLaharlkun here, and welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun. In the last episode, we made our way through Mogul Forest, and here we are in John. That was quite the intro. I just yawned and coughed in an intro and did the two big no-nos of video recording in the first few seconds of the video, and I think I'm gonna leave that in. Alright, so now that we're in John, there's actually a neat little cutscene that we need to go see. So we're gonna go ahead and hear first, and this is a neat little dojo. Everyone's talking about Master Fe. It's Dr. Feiji. But you can't go in now, because, you know, it's locked. That'd make too much sense. So we need to go talk to. I did not mean to move you, sir. That was the wrong button. Oh well. Let's actually go ahead and put on Mind Read just to see what some of these people have to think about. Aw, that's kind of... that's not adorable. That's not adorable. The fact that you kick things is not adorable. That's not what I meant to say. Let's go talk to you. Yeah. He's important in a town. We're RPG heroes. We have to go talk to him. It's like, just mandatory. And use chi on the line. Okay. That should be easy enough, but why can't I just do this? Oh, fine. Alright, so the obvious solution here is to stand behind here and use force. Excuse me, the obvious solution here is to stand here and use force. Thank you, game. I knocked it over. Using my mind. Yeah, of course I know Kung Fu. It's not like I fight with a sword or anything. Yes, ki. That is exactly what it is. Actually, is it chi or is it ki? Yeah! I love that little added effect on the text here. But yeah, like, I want to call it ki because I'm thinking Dragon Ball Z, where I used to call it Kai, but, you know, then Dragon Ball Kai became a thing, and then Kai didn't make sense. Anyway. Llama Temple. Sorry, but Llama Temple. I just imagine, like, a picture of a llama just shaking its head back and forth when I think of that temple. But something is wrong with Sue. That's not good. So just imagine, you're out one day going on a walk, and suddenly a rock falls from the sky, and hits you in the head, and suddenly you have magic powers. That's essentially what's happening here. It's more of an amusing thought than it should be, probably. Uh-oh. Sounds like father doesn't necessarily believe the daughter. That's not a good sign. She's gonna rebel, you know. That's just what happens. Ooh, this guy's on her side. He knows the score. He knows the score and the flood in Alton. We haven't been there yet. Ooh, see, all these people know the score. They know who to be on the proper side of there. You always take the girl's side. Uh-oh. But do not think bad thoughts. That's very true, though. Even in times of strife, you shouldn't actually consider the worst, because then it just makes you stress and you lack the ability to make actual decisions. Ooh. Uh-oh. See, look what you did. See, that's why you don't say the things you do. You have a lot to learn. You can be the master of Kung Fu and Chi or whatever, but you still don't quite know how to properly talk to your daughter. Oh. Well, at least he has confidence, that's good. Oh! Oh! No confidence whatsoever anymore, actually. I take that back. But it sounds like if I know anything about RPGs, we're gonna be the meddling kids who are gonna do something. Well, we pushed it down, most likely. Except we didn't, because we actually did that with our mind hand. No, actually. It's called Synergy. It's completely different from Chi. Because I don't see any of these. What? I used Chi? What? I don't wanna! No! It's not Chi! Fine. See? It's not Chi. Yeah! There it is again. I don't know why, that just amuses me to think about someone saying that. But... Ha! Told you! I told you so! You bet. Why is everyone so confused? Master Hama of Llama Temple. Hama Llama. Although I can't think of Hama without thinking of Persona anymore, so now it's weird. Instant Death Light Llama. Yeah, see? He understands. Yeah, of course I understand. I kinda, like, I'm pretty much the master of it. I mean, we come from Vale, which may as well be the founding place of Synergy. Actually, I think that actually is true. But see, Fuchin's Ki releases the mind's energy like Chi releases the body's, but they called it Ki, but what we have is technically Synergy, but not Ki. It's so weird. But mental energy has few limits. Go tell that to Ivan, who continues to die even though he's our best synergist. I just called him Ivan, I meant Roy. I don't even know who Ivan is. What the heck? Come on, me. Well, that's a good way to get everyone motivated. My voice just cracked. Wonderful. Alright, so that does that for that cutscene. That was about like 9 minutes. Now, I gotta say real quick, while that cutscene was really, really interesting and such, it does present one of the problems I do have with this game that I didn't realize until I started playing it again. And that's that it spends way too much time trying to explain to you what Synergy actually is and trying to get you to understand its concept. Now, I said at the beginning of this series that this is a beginner RPG, and I still stand by that. But I do feel like it does overdo the concept of being a beginner RPG far too much because of how much time it spends trying to tell the player, hey, by the way, you have this unique power, and other people have powers that are similar to it but aren't the same, and yours are better. Like, this is, I think, the third or fourth time now. And it's something that never quite seems to let up, and I'm really glad that in the sequel, it kind of stops being a central theme. Because it is kind of annoying in this game how we have to go through another almost 10-minute cutscene just to explain once again what this power actually is. Now, that's not enough to detract from the main story for me personally, but at some points it can get redundant and you can just start rolling your eyes while reading the cutscene like, yes, we've explained this like 4 times now. Because even, I feel like the Mario RPGs are better in terms of their plot, in terms of beginner RPGs, but Golden Sun is much more of a traditional RPG for beginners, whereas Paper Mario and Mario RPG in general are just more for, like, because those games aren't traditional RPGs. And anyway, why is this so hard to believe when you just watched? Did you not see the hand? You saw it, didn't you? You should know. But yeah, like, I just wanted to bring that point up, because, don't get me wrong, I really do love this game, but I do have some problems with it. And that being one of them, is that the story does kind of drag in ways that it shouldn't. Like, if it was at least interesting, then it would be one thing, but that cutscene should have basically just ended once Feiji, you know, left. And then we could have inferred maybe what Chi was by talking to those guys, rather than have an entirely dedicated 9-minute cutscene to it. That would have been much better storytelling, if you ask me, and it would have cut down on the cutscene time, and, you know, it gives the player more incentive to talk to learn more about the lore, rather than putting the lore as the main flot? I almost said flot. That has nothing to do with what I was going to say. I was going to say plot point, but okay. Anyway, Feiji's down here, and if we talk to her... nope, we suck. We're terrible. You're welcome, Feiji. You're welcome. If we read her mind, going west alone is very dangerous, but she must find someone to take her west. Well, if we talk to her and instead choose yes... I hope you'll go yes? Oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. We will go west. Go west. Alright, so that's basically your hint, where the game's trying to be all like, I hope you go west, and so you're gonna go west, but we're not gonna go west, we're gonna go north, because we're gonna encounter random encounters. Yay. Actually, I wanna... yeah, let's preserve some synergy, because we're gonna be getting into a specific fight here in a little bit. Man, Motoi Sakuraba's music is so good. I really hope Motoi Sakuraba was the one that composed this, because I feel like that's right, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Grr. Alright, so if you head up here, you'll notice there's this weird just island sitting on its own, and that's kind of inconspicuous. And over there is, actually... Kalima. Thanks, Heem. But if you go into this little forest here and run around, we get our first instance of a Mars Jenny that appears on the map. And I didn't mean to say just Mars Jenny, because Jenny in general. Ha! Jenny, general, get it? Get it? Okay, that's dumb, I'm sorry. So anyway, one thing we want to do is we want to kill this thing ASAP, because this Mars Jenny functions just like the Jenny that you can fight in dungeons where they'll run away. He's probably going to try to run too, because on my practice run of this, all of the Jenny that I fought on their own, like, all of them attempted to run. And he's not going to run. Beautiful. Thanks, Mars Jenny. I basically just got you, because you just gave me the fight. I don't want to cast Ply yet. Die, dang it. You should be almost dead. You shouldn't have more than 400 HP. There you go. And Corona joins Eric. Corona is really handy in that it boosts party defense. So now we have both an attack buff and a defense buff on Eric, and that's going to be really useful. And of course we're going to set this because this will give him a nice little boost to his defense, as well as his PP and HP, which could always be useful for Eric because, you know, synergy being low for him. Alright, so now our party's looking really good, and we've got 3 Jin of each type. And now with this, if you really want to, this is a really fantastic time to start looking into other classes. And I'm going to tell you right now, in the practice run that I did of this, I really did try to experiment with other classes. I really, really did. But unfortunately, I just could not, for the life of me, get something to work. Like, I could turn them two into brutes and ruffians right now. And honestly, it would probably be alright, because that'll give them a lot of this. But interestingly, it's worth noting here, I gotta stop saying that. That's like 2 of my catchphrases in one sentence. If you notice right here that actually Eric's agility gets way buffed up, but Zack's actually goes down. It's actually really cool in that if you do this, you can actually make it so that Zack is the slowest character in your party, thus switching around Eric and Zack's roles in battle in that regard. And this does change their synergy up quite a bit, too. That's not the right button. Like, see, you have Planet Diver, Mad Growth, and Blast. as well as growth in general. These are really fantastic synergy, but the problem with these classes is that these two have the exact same synergy. And while that wouldn't really be an issue, it just means that there's no variety because of these two classes. So honestly, I don't see much point in switching around these two unless you want to make one of them that specific class. But then if you want to actually do anything with these two, you then have to switch around these gen with someone else. And you see where I'm going with this, right? It basically makes it so that these two will end up being the same, but if you want to keep these two on their default classes, then, well, it doesn't quite work out too well. And plus, no matter what you seem to give Eric, he's always stuck as a ruffian when he has Venus gen. But there's a reason I switched to that class, so I guess I'll show it off if we get in any fights, but I did want to switch to those for the sake of something, so... Oh, I guess here's our opportunity. I'm actually going to show off Planet Diver with, I'll show it off with Eric, because Eric gets the better bonus from that. But yeah, like, that's just my issue with classes in this game, is that I just could not find a use for them, honestly. Are you gonna... There we go. Yes, Planet Diver, though. Planet Diver is really good. And for that fact alone, I kinda would like Eric to stay as a, as a ruffian. Although, I guess I'll show off Pilgrim, too, while we're at it. And I can actually turn Zack into an illusionist, which is a really interesting class. So now Zack has these synergies: Astral Blast, Gaia, Weaken, Delude, and Sleep. This is actually not a terrible class, though, because Gaia is freaking awesome, and I love that spell. But that also turns Roy into a Wanderer, and he learns Slash, Wind Slash, and Plasma. All these three synergy are really, really good and kind of enhance his basic abilities, although it's kind of weird that he has to have Mars Gen for them to even work in the first place. And this actually isn't too bad of a setup, because this keeps Sarah in her Scribe status with the Water Genie. But like, that's the thing, is you have to do a lot of experimenting to get this to be a nice and stable party, I find. But interestingly, now that Zack is an illusionist, notice his agility is naturally higher than Roy's. And he doesn't even have the thing equipped to increase his agility. That just makes him a really, really fast character, in all honesty, and it also gives him a lot of synergy as well. But it gets rid of his ability to heal too, so you have to consider that as well. Which is why I like to leave Sarah on permanent healing duty in the party role, just because she's just so good at it, and she'll get even better later on. And this is Silk Road. You mean like Silk Road Online? There's a game I haven't played in a while. And oh no, boulders! We can't just walk over them! No! RPG trappings, why? And you can't... I don't even think I really see him over there either. What do you have to say now? Yeah, if you go return to Jean, you can at least say that Silk Road's blocked off. That'd be a good idea. Or not. That's cool too. You're just gonna stand here, aren't you? Alright, well, you do what you need to. I'm gonna cause this little puddle here to grow a little bit. And the reason I wanted us to switch classes is so we can get growth, so we can go up here. And once we make our way over to this little cliff right here, we open a chest to get the really awesome and wonderful Power Bread. Power Bread boosts maximum HP. This is going to Roy so quick. Well, yeah, this is going to Roy so quickly. Like, you don't even know. Now, because I did switch Roy's class, however, he's actually got a lot more survivability as this class. And he's honestly not compromising too terribly much with it, in terms of his attacks too, because Slash and Wind Slash are really strong moves, and Plasma is obviously one of his better moves. And really, mostly I just use Storm Ray with him, so I might actually keep this setup. Of course, this means leaving Zack as an illusionist, and I really wish Zack could get, like, Cure and Cure Well in this class, because then he'd be, like, the bomb at this class. Anyway, we got a new town here. Altin. Oh man, it's flooded over like we just saw. So I guess we'll figure out what that's all about, but first we're gonna go through here because there's a cave, which is hiding a not so non-obvious psi crystal, which always good to have that. And I need to move you. You're in the way. Because we're gonna go in here and rest up real quick. Just to recover our synergy a little bit here. Yay! Alright. Let's go ahead and talk to some citizens. Even the mine is submerged. Oh no! Not the mines! And yes, it is. What? No, you don't live anywhere near the ocean, or anything. Do they gems fell from the sky? Huh. Man. Water-spewing monsters, huh? Oh good, I have the hiccups. Wonderful. Whoa. You have a face. Oh, because this is a shop owner. I don't know. I don't want to think about that. Oh, that's even grosser to think about. What? Aw. See, I really do love the mind read concept, because it really gives you an insight into the villagers. Like, you can tell a lot about that one NPC just from that. And that's really awesome. We head down here and talk to this old lady. I wouldn't want to either, considering someone just explained it as as a spit from monsters. Also, it's kind of an amusing thought that, like, gems fell from the sky, suddenly monsters came to life and just, like, started spitting water everywhere. Like, it just ignores everyone, it just sits there going, blah. Wow. That's true. Water is nice, but not when it's flooding your home. Truer words never spoken. Man, these shop owners don't think of anything else but just selling stuff. Alright, well, we gotta fix that because this dude... Nope. Okay. And then he runs into the cave, so we're just gonna stalk it. Because now we're at Alton Peak, which is the main gimmicky dungeon of this area. And now we have to watch a really long cutscene to explain something we already know. Silly game. As he slowly hops his way up along the path. Grr. I mean, I understand what they were trying to do with this cutscene, but I still feel like the player would have figured out something with that, because you got the Frost Gem earlier. And we already know how to use Synergy. Although I guess... No, that's not the first item we got that we can equip to get Synergy on, but... These are really just minor complaints. It doesn't help that I've been watching Matthew Matos's videos, and all of a sudden I'm, like, looking at everything way more critically than I usually do. I gotta not do that. Watching videos before you do recordings end up affecting how I do Let's Plays. Kind of annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to you, because you're going to attack us. Oh no, living statue, what do we do? Alright, well I'm gonna show off Gaia with you, and Planet Diver, because everything in these dungeons is weak to Mars. Well, not everything, but many things, and actually, I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time attacking with Sarah, just because everything takes such little damage from Mercury, because everything in this dungeon is Mercury-based, because it's all water, so, you know, kind of figures. But Planet Diver is going to be incredibly handy, because it's going to do a crap load of damage. Except Roy is going to be really weak to everything, apparently. We don't really want to use any of these. And I'll show off Astral Blast, too, because Astral Blast is a fun move. But Planet Diver is going to be our saving grace here. Maybe you attack with Plasma, see which one does more, and I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, 47. I don't remember how much the other move did. But Astral Blast does 75, and that's really not bad, considering. And these aren't really overly costly moves, either. And Eric still takes damage from mega damage from Mercury. Even if you change your class, the one thing that never changes is your character's weaknesses. So just keep that in mind. Although since I switched Eric's class, I can actually afford to use more synergy with him. And you really do want to go all out on these living statues. Yay! Eric's level 15. Everyone should get to level 15 by the end of this dungeon anyway. Oh, we never had the Frost Jewel. What was I thinking? I feel like we did, but... I was thinking the Douse Drop. Okay. Way to go, me. I was making fun of the game when I didn't even need to. I'd clap, but I'm too busy trying to create giant ice pillars.